Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Bivol versus Beterbiev is on. And I'm going to tell you what, I think I'm going to make it a goal this week to try to put out about 40 Beterbiev and Bivol videos. Because they have an undisputed clash taking place at 175. You just got to say, thank you to Turki Al-Sheikh. Because without Turki Al-Sheikh, this wouldn't be possible. There were so many different obstacles in place precluding this fight from coming together, and now that the fight is here, you got to thank Turki Al-Sheikh. But before I get started talking about Beterbiev and Bivol, just understand that Turki Al-Sheikh's goal is to have an undisputed champion in every division. And then the goal after that is to go away from the 4 belts and just have 1 belt. For those of you who are saying that'll never happen, hey, you'll hold your horses. Let's not take it to that would never happen, because the stuff that Turki Al-Sheikh is doing right now, people are saying that would never happen. So anything's possible when you have the kind of money that Turki Al-Sheikh has, and the fact that these sanctioned bodies are financially benefiting and benefiting very handsomely. Anyway, Bivol and Beterbiev. I'll tell you what, I think this fight is one of the fights that are on the wish list for a lot of boxing fans, because you're really charting into the unknown. Neither one of these fighters know what it is to lose. They know what it is to be in a tough fight, but they really don't know what it is to lose as a professional. This is really, and I hear some people saying this isn't a boxer versus puncher, but they don't say what they think the fight is. I think this is a boxer versus a puncher. Can Bivol punch? Yeah, but he don't punch like Beterbiev. Can Beterbiev box? Yeah, but he don't box like Bivol. So this, in my opinion, is where you really have, man, a boxer versus a puncher. And when these guys come together, I think it's just a matter of who can impose their style. And I think there are going to be some ebbs and flows, but over the course of the fight, if it ends early, if it goes the distance, if you ask me what I think, I don't know who's going to win. I really don't, man. Beterbiev don't know a damn thing about going the distance. He knows about getting stoppages. Bivol knows about, he don't know a damn thing about losing a bunch of rounds. Bivol is out here outboxing the shit out of people. So if you ask me who do I think wins, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because I could see, it bothered me. I could see Bivol winning. I could see him, man, putting his foot on the gas from the first second of the first round and outboxing Beterbiev over the entire fight. Bivol is that good. He's that special. He's that conditioned. He can do it. But he's going to have to throw a lot of punches every round. And at some point, you'd have to wonder if he's going to start to fatigue down the stretch. With the type of artillery, he's going to have to let go to keep Beterbiev off of him. Now with Beterbiev, you're going to have to think, okay, he's willing to take some punches to get his off, but, if he can't catch up to Bivol, what happens to Beterbiev? If he can't really get in there and land the big shots. And one thing about Bivol that we saw in the Canelo fight and other fights, when his back touches the ropes, he knows to get off of those ropes. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if Beterbiev can get Bivol to those ropes and how long he can keep him there. It's not, matter of fact, I don't think it's going to be an issue of getting him to the ropes. I don't think it's going to happen that often. But when he does, can he capitalize? Because Bivol is like muscle memory, like instinctively. As soon as he feels his back touch those ropes, he gets the hell out of there. Because with his back on those ropes, he's going to give Beterbiev an advantage. So anyway, they're going to be scrapping this Saturday, and I'm definitely going to be tuning in. I plan on going live. Another fight on that card I just want to throw out there real quick as I continue is that goddamn Fabio Ward and Frazier Clark. That may be the fight of the night, so don't miss that. But anyway, Beterbiev and Bivol, man, when you talk about pound for pound fighters, it just so happened to have they're both on the list and in the same weight division. And the styles are very different. But when you have a fighter that has like brutal power, makes me think about Julian Jackson. That guy had that power, man. He hit fighters and they just didn't react right. And that's what Beterbiev has. You know, brutal punching power. Can hit a fighter and make them quit with one shot. And then he's now up against Bivol, who's more of a more well-rounded fighter, well-rounded skill set, can do everything, does everything great. And it's just going to be interesting because if you listen to Bivol, you listen to Beterbiev, and they talk about their goals in boxing. You know, they both had a goal and a dream, you know, coming out of the amateurs and turning pro, as for them to go on and become undisputed in their weight divisions and performing to their potential. And it's unfortunate that it's taken this long to get here, but they're both here right now. And they want to see, you know, what is my true potential in boxing? You know, was it meant for me to compete at the highest level and become undisputed? Am I really the top dog in this weight division? And this is something they both want to prove to themselves. I tell you what, Eddie Hearn has a lot on the line too, because he cannot afford for Bivol to lose. Because Oscar De La Hoya gonna have a ball next week with that clapback Thursday if Eddie Hearn, one of Eddie Hearn's top fighters, loses again. But at the end of the day, it ain't about Eddie Hearn. It's about these fighters trying to get a win, and even if they don't get a win, just putting forth a valiant effort to where people are going to recognize them and remember them just for the way they performed in the ring. Two best light heavyweight fighters in the world, man, who just don't know what it is to take a loss, and they're going to be getting in the ring. And I'm going to tell you what, man, we talk about championship fights, especially undisputed. I mean, how many undisputed fights have we had? Crawford, Spence, Fury, Usyk. I mean, I don't even know if I count Jamal Charlo becoming undisputed. That was a while ago. We could have had, I know there's all different opinions on this, but could have had Haney fighting Shakir for undisputed. Yeah. There really has not been that many undisputed fights. So the fact that these guys are going on, the fact that these guys are getting in the ring and putting it all on the line, that says a lot. Now, what I will tell you is when you talk to some of these guys' past opponents, there's a gentleman, I think his name is, I don't know what his name is, Macklin, I can't remember. But there's a guy who, Gvozdyk. Gvozdyk spent some time in there against Beterbiev. And I guess he must have spent some kind of time against Bivol and some sparring. I don't know if he actually fought him. I can't recall off the top of my head. But him, Macklin, and there's another fighter who was saying, they're like, when you get in that ring with Beterbiev, they're like, listen, you can't let Beterbiev hit you. That's all everybody keeps saying. They're like, Beterbiev has the obvious power edge on Bivol. But they said their advice to Bivol is to run. They said, my advice to you is to run for your life. They were like, do not get hit by Beterbiev. Do not languish on those ropes. They said to run. They said that is how hard Beterbiev hits and how ferocious he is. And when you hear pro fighters saying this, it's like, damn, Beterbiev that much of a machine? He sound like Terminator in the ring. You know, I kind of want to say, you hold your horses, man. Y'all out here taking it to the stupid. But there's a reason why that man was 20 fights, 20 knockouts. Even his sparring partners. People sparring talk about that shit. One guy got in there, he said, I got in there for one round. I never went back to be a sparring partner. Did one round. Couldn't take it. He said that shit was crazy. He said, and they had on 16-ounce gloves. He said he couldn't take that shit. He said man's power was different. But you can look at him and see that there's something wrong with him. Like, Beterbiev don't like nobody. Like, Beterbiev is just like, he kind of easygoing, but you can see when it come to fighting, he don't like nobody. Beterbiev is mean as shit. He's trying to destroy you. All in sport, but he's trying to destroy you. But I totally get it, man. Depending on what you're looking for, you can make a case for either one of these guys, man. Beterbiev, massive puncher, you know, he cuts the ring out, puts that pressure on you. Kind of a Canelo style, a Nick Ball style, a Isaac Pitbull Cruz style, but just way more intensity, way more power, way more effective. Then you got Bivol, who's like, hey, look, you may be looking to end this fight within the distance. I'm looking to take it the distance if I have to, and have all the tools necessary to get in that ring and make your life miserable from the first second of the first round to the last second of the last round. And I just think with Beterbiev being a tough guy to keep off, I think if there's anyone that could keep Beterbiev off for 12 rounds and get a unanimous decision victory, if there's anyone who can do it, it's Bivol, man. And if he can do that, there are gonna be a lot of people shaking Bivol's hands, man. Especially when you look at what he did, man, coming off that win in 2022 against Canelo. You know, that was a big win. That was probably the biggest win of his 23 fights. Is actually, you know, coming in there and shocking the world. Nobody gave him a chance because most people didn't know who he was. They just figured Canelo would go up and do to him what he did to Kovalev. Hey, yo, what did Bivol say? Bivol said, hey, yo, Canelo, hey, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid, Mr. Guadalajara, Jalisco. Bivol wasn't going for that shit, and you saw what he did. Made Canelo look crazy. Made him look crazy. Now, I just not so sure he can do that with Beterbiev, but we're going to find out this weekend, man. Anyways, you're going to need great feet. You're going to need great speed. Sometimes you need to keep things simple, man, to be effective. What they say, less is more at times, right? But I just think when you talk about fighters and what they do in the ring, I think for Beterbiev and his style, he does things excellently. With Bivol and his style, the things he does it excellently. And I just think for fans, I think the fans are going to have the nervous energy going into this fight. You know, when you're watching a good fight, now you're sitting on the edge of your seat and you're rolling with the shots and shit. That's the kind of fight that I think this is going to be. From the first second of the first round, just waiting for something to happen, someone to go down, you know, just anticipating some drama. Like, this is one of those kind of fights. Last time I saw a fight like this, where I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. Did I really anticipate it? I think it was at Crawford and Spence. I think this is the last one where I was like really, just not really sure what was going to happen. And I had that nervous energy. But it's cool, man. But we'll see. I want to see what happens if Bivol tries to tie up Beterbiev, or if Beterbiev initiates a clinch and he's working on the clinch. I want to see how they both respond. And if Beterbiev is getting the upper hand in the clinches, if Bivol can come back and try to establish the perfect distance and perform and make sure he's outworking Beterbiev, being under a constant threat. Like, I want to see what happens, because I think those moments are gonna be pivotal in the fight. But we just gotta wait and see what happens, man. But you can't, to me, Beterbiev can't be too far out trying to jump in and pounce on Bivol, because I think Bivol is gonna touch him up. I don't think Bivol can be out too far trying to pounce and jump in and out with shots on Beterbiev, because Bivol has long arms. But remember, Beterbiev is used, this is the thing, Beterbiev and Bivol both are used to fighting so many different styles. But there's no one who's been able to crack the code on Beterbiev. And no one's been able to crack the code on Bivol. But I just have a feeling I'm kind of leaning to Beterbiev, I ain't gonna lie. But goddamn it, Bivol can scrap. Man, it's hard to go against him. But anyway, some people are going with Beterbiev, man. But I don't know what direction I'm going. But what I would say is I can't wait for the fight, man. I'm glad it's on. But don't be sleeping. But I tell you what, if Bivol falls asleep in that ring for a split second, it's over. It's over. It's Joe Smith that touched Bivol and had him out on his feet at the end of the round. I mean, if Joe Smith can get there, Beterbiev can. But the same way Beterbiev has gone down, and the same way Anthony Yarde was outboxing Beterbiev, then Bivol can do it too. So you can see, man, they both can lose. It's just a matter of who's going to lose this weekend. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.